Hello. Well, it is now the 11th of June. We're nearly halfway through June, and it's been cold and unsettled weather. If you saw my last video, you'll know that there's been quite a bit of precipitation as well. That's kind of backed off a bit, but we're here in the house gardens, and I just thought I'd give you a very quick tour of the backyard. As you can see, it's a little unsettled back here, but this one's going to miss us. So since there's no direct sunshine all over the backyard, I thought now would be a good time to take you through where we're at, almost at the middle of June. And so hang in there and we'll go for a quick tour. So let's start with the potatoes in bags. I haven't grown these in bags before, and these are two new varieties for me as well. And when I say two new varieties, there's actually only like two little potatoes in this one. They were kind of about that big when I planted them. They're from Deb Garnett, and they're the Caribou potatoes. And I put them in with the smallest of the oops, what's that? Oh, it's a little pollen. The smallest of the Alta Blush, which makes up the rest of this row. The Alta Blush are a brown-skinned, white-flesh potato developed in Wetaskiwin by a farmer there. So that's pretty close to us. So that's an Alberta potato. I've topped some of these up and not others, as you can see. So they're doing really, really well, actually. And I've just topped them up with spent compost from last year that I kept in that little husky garbage can in the corner there that you can see. These are the sweet candle in buckets, and they're reflective buckets, so they don't get too hot. If they do get too hot, I'll just drop them down on the ground there. That is some Salmon Sunset 4 o'clocks, which I'm hoping will climb up this trellis here. And just some flowers. Now, I put my determinate tomatoes, the bush varieties, in these window boxes. I can, if they do get a little tall and a little wobbly, which they probably won't, I can tie them to the handrail. Now, the plastic is there because we get a northwest prevailing wind, and it's really helped. Just that tiny piece of plastic is really keeping things going. Now for the other varieties. So we've got our orange banana, and you can see how they're getting twisted around as they get tall. I've also mulched these with mushroom compost. There's about maybe 3 or 4 centimeters of that at the very top. Here are the Zapotec pleated. This is going to be a very tall plant with very large fruit with any luck. There is my bay laurel tree, which overwintered beautifully in the garage. So these are some peppers. Those will be the mostly sweet peppers. They got the red ruffled peppers there. I sent some of those seeds to Terry King, and he showcased them, I guess, last week. His are doing really, really good. I've got some black Hungarians and Hungarian hot wax as well. Here we've got our 2 green zebras. Those are just some of my very favorites. I have not yet snipped out the bottoms and the side shoots on these ones, but that's a job for another day. I was watching Bill and Val, and he cut away all of the lower branches right up to the first fruit truss, but we don't have any of those yet, so I'm just going to wait until that happens. These are my black crims. These are the black beauties. Look at the color of the stems on these. They're just stunning. Yeah, really beautiful. So I have been kind of pruning and stuff, and certainly before I planted, I took a lot of the bottom branches off. But we'll wait until we start getting some flowers and maybe some fruit. Like there's one here. Sorry, I am not focusing properly on that. There we go. Right on. So we've got those on the purple Russian. That's a plum tomato, I believe. Make sure I don't walk right off the back of the deck here. Down on the stairs. There is the Caribou. I only got one, and that's an oxheart. And look how small that plant is. But we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be happier with all the feed and the extra space, and maybe if it ever warms up, they'll appreciate some of that too. So here I've just got some sweet peas that I hope will climb this little arbor. It used to be on our pathway, but we pulled it out because we were doing the flagstone. Oh, look at those clouds, aren't they nice? Oh, Richard of Richard and Paul would love those. Right, sage, herbs, a bit of dill that's really not doing anything, so that may come out pretty quick here. More sweet peas, peppers, and what have I got up here? I should have... Sunflowers. Now, this isn't part of the sunflower challenge. I didn't film me planting these, so it wouldn't be fair to jump in at this stage, but I hope to have them over the back and front yard. I'll keep you up to date on those. Now, single seed challenge. The Aztec rainbow chili here, it's actually shrunk, I think. I don't know what happened. I transplanted it. It's just too cold and wet, and it's just a very unhappy bunny right now. But we'll keep you posted as the season goes on. And then I managed to germinate 3 cucumbers, 2 picklers, and a salad.